We don't have a lot of time for this Q&A. Let's get into it. We have questions from the audience. Who am I? That's what we will find out. Anything related. First question. Do you have moments of doubt in your Mandarin learning journey? All the time. All the time. I don't know if I used the word in the right part of the sentence. I always think that I make the sentence more complicated than it needs to be. I try to express the exact thing I want to say. I overcomplicate it. When I get corrected, I find, oh my gosh, I can make that sentence way simpler. That's one thing. All the time. Every time. Pretty much every time. You give so much of your time and energy. I was wondering if you get feedback that matches. When it comes to my students, it's a little bit of 50-50. I can tell that my energy radiates. It's a little bit infectious. People tell me that I bring energy into their day, which is my favorite thing. Maybe it's less than 50% of people that give me that same feedback. I don't do it for that reason. I just give my energy to make someone's day better and help someone enjoy learning the language. Thank you, Yanko Pernick. Thank you for that. Vlasta Madrova says, do you have online lessons for one-on-one students? I teach one-on-one every day. I teach almost 8 classes a day, around there. So if you want a class for yourself, go for it. Just let me know. I can set you up with a trial lesson. Propriocepticon says, what is the definition of Texas toast? Is it the shape of the bread? No. The Texas toast is just basically this shape. It just has butter and garlic. That's pretty much it. Sometimes cheese. Actually, probably it is cheese. I don't know if that's the main thing. I love that. It is so good. This is my childhood. I ate it all the time. Texas toast. I'm from Texas, by the way. So, yeehaw. Xiao Kangguo 5444 says, oh, I need to translate this. Wait a second. We're doing a little bit of listening practice today. I'm speaking fast. Hopefully that helps you with your listening skills. If you need to slow down this video, there's a setting for that here on YouTube, thankfully. You can slow down the speed of the video. Your tones are basically fine. Native speakers can fully understand you. The last part lacks motivation. Why would an American English teacher from Texas want to learn an East Asian language? I get this question a lot. Why am I learning Mandarin? Why? Number one, most of my students are from Taiwan. That's how I started, is teaching English learners from Taiwan. Also, I already feel conversationally fluent in Spanish. I hit the plateau. I'm not super good with my Spanish. I'm satisfied with my level. And I want to learn another language. Chinese, hello. There's so many speakers of Mandarin Chinese, so it's super useful. So English, Spanish, and Mandarin, it's like a powerhouse of languages right there. Midnight Mango says, what keeps you motivated when progress feels slow or frustrating? I would say just enjoying the progress, the process and the progress, because especially when someone tells me, I can tell you speak more naturally now. You use more words recently. My teacher tells me stuff like that, my students. It feels super good because I can tell that my hard work is paying off. I'm testing my brain's ability. Our brain is so powerful. I just love seeing how much it can handle. Something related to that, I will be super real with you because it does feel super slow and frustrating. It was like a month that I was not practicing at all. I was just like, I don't feel like it. What's the point? What's the point? We make all kinds of excuses. It wasn't my priority to improve my Mandarin, which is totally fine. Really, there's nothing wrong with that. I would have that make me feel guilty. It was like a month of no practicing, and I was like, man, I haven't been keeping up with my practice. Now I feel like trash. That's just part of it. We just have to take it. I think that's just what it is. I resisted that, and it kind of made that heavy feeling stronger. Once I start realizing the frustration and the slowness of this is just part of the process, then I was more accepting. I was going with the flow better. It makes me feel more calm. Therefore, the frustration goes down and I'm able to recover faster. That's a really awesome process, to be honest. Next question says, have you ever had an embarrassing moment when speaking Mandarin with natives? It has to be when I went to a restaurant, I was hoping that our waitress was a Mandarin speaker. She comes to our table, she asks us, "What do you want to drink?" I couldn't find any clues because there are actually more Vietnamese than Chinese here. So I had to be careful. Now, it was only after she brought us our drinks that I found out. Let me listen in to the conversation she's having with those guests over there. I was listening so closely. She was speaking Mandarin. When she comes to our table, my heart rate goes up as usual. It's time for me to ask for my food. I already know what I'm going to eat. I could ask it in Mandarin if I'm daring enough. It's gonna look weird. It's gonna look stupid. I don't even know if I know how to say that. It's gonna come out wrong. She's gonna misunderstand me. She's going to just ask me to speak English. I was like, let's just speak English. She brought our stuff. I was like, maybe I can ask for another fork because we needed another fork. I didn't know how to use chopsticks at the time. So I was like, I could ask her this. I was like, wait a second, how do you say fork? I didn't know how to say fork. So I was like, whatever. And it was the moment that we were leaving. I was like, yes, she's gonna say bye to us, then we can say bye to her. I was going to tell her, 谢谢. We were walking and I was like, do I say it now? Do I say it now? Do I say it now? My family's saying bye, thank you, and I just go, 谢谢. I just like don't even look at her if she heard me or not. I don't think she did. That was really embarrassing because I went into that restaurant fully charged, ready to use my Mandarin, only ended up saying one thing. Next question. What has been the biggest difference between learning Spanish and learning Mandarin for you? That's a big one. With Spanish, I have my mom. Even before I was formally learning Spanish, I had lots of exposure to the language with her soap operas and the phone calls she would have with her friends and family. That made those formal classes a breeze because my teacher was telling me, you seem like you know Spanish pretty well. I didn't even know how to speak anything. I really did not. I only knew uno, dos, tres, hola, ¿cómo estás? And that's it. I couldn't say anything. With Mandarin, I'm going in blind. I thought I could use the same learning method with Mandarin. No, because sentence patterns are totally different. Grammar is totally different. I can't write things down either. I loved making my handwritten notes with Spanish. I couldn't do that with Mandarin because I could. It's not the same. It's really not the same because of the characters and all this. I like to see the characters. So a lot of my notes are digital. That's what makes the learning process so much harder for me. I don't have as much exposure. I do my best to create the environment by listening to podcasts as much as possible, watching YouTube videos in Mandarin. Choose content that I can understand more about and that I'm interested in. I love topics like motivation, mindset, and kind of like life philosophies. So when I listen to Mandarin content about that, it gets me excited. So I have to work 5 times harder for learning Mandarin compared to learning Spanish. Learning Spanish really felt effortless because it's similar to English in many ways. I was able to have my note system. I got my lessons for free. I don't have my Mandarin lessons for free. I only take one Mandarin lesson a month. I have to pay for that. I just practice conversation. It's not like we sit down and learn grammar. Big difference. Next question. Orbiting Panda says, what is it like living in America while working with students mostly from other countries? That's the part that makes my job super interesting. All these different perspectives. What I'm really surprised about is when I started teaching, I expected to learn that everyone is so different. Everyone's from different countries, different perspectives, different beliefs, different values. Oddly enough, I started noticing that people struggle with the same things, like the purpose of life, studying, staying motivated, dealing with a partner, communication issues, dealing with a hard boss. waking up early, social media addictions. A lot of the struggles are the same. Oh my gosh. We are the same. We are actually the same. We're from different countries. We have different holidays. Actually, we really are similar in more ways than I thought. That was really heartwarming for me because I could feel a closeness with my students. And the fact that we could relate to each other with the things that we struggle with, it was like, that's pretty cool. We're from opposite sides of the planet, totally different lives. We feel the same way about things. A last question of this video is from Neon Pocket. What is the hardest part about building an online teaching business from scratch? Thankfully, I didn't have to do it from scratch. I actually started on a platform. I built up my student base. Students were staying with me for years, and actually the student that has been with me the longest, I have 2 students who have been with me the longest. They both joined in December 2022, oddly enough, and they're still with me, and one of them is wanting to know how to discuss more modern topics, stuff that's trending on TikTok. The other one is just maintaining the conversational level just in case he comes across a foreigner and he can strike up a conversation with that foreigner without hesitation, without doubting grammar and vocabulary. And the hardest part about building an online teaching business is not that I had to do it from scratch. It's actually just maintaining it. The thing is, especially with adult learners, they lose motivation. They get busy with other things in life and then they stop practicing English. So for me, it's so tough to see them go, to see them stop practicing, and because in my eyes, it's almost like giving up on your dreams. It is what it is. Honestly, everyone has their life priorities. As an adult, we have to prioritize the things that make the most impact in our life. I wouldn't even say that's about building the business, it's about maintaining the business. It's not about the money. It's not because it's more about like, oh, they're not working for that thing that they wanted at the beginning, because I see a light in their eyes when they first join with me, like, oh, it's like a motivation and inspiration. There's a sparkle in their eye. It's something that I want to support and help them. I raise them higher to reach for that and make it happen. When I see them stop, it kind of breaks my heart a little bit. I love experimenting. I love just trying different things. When I see something that works, I just go double down on that thing. I double down on that particular thing that's working. So that's what I would say for that. Thank you for all your questions. If you have another question that you'd like to ask me, you could go ahead and put that down there. I'm really excited to answer it in the next one. I'll probably make one in a few months or maybe next month if I get enough demand for it. Did you realize that there's a list of vocabulary in the description? Download that. It shows all the words that I used in this conversation. You can practice it in the quiz that I'm providing for you, because if we don't use it, we lose it. If you want to learn about my story when it comes to Spanish, go ahead and watch this video.